I'm JD.
Jeremy.
This is Josh,
I'm Sean.
and we're Downtrend, and you're watching Metal Nexus.
Musicians, myself, a fan of music, and most people don't realize musicians as well are fans of music. They don't just get up there and play. It's not just a job. You live. We keep a long list of bands we want to see live. Being as both you and I are from the rural parts of Kentucky, we don't get a chance to see bands very often. Like this show tonight here in Whitesburg at Summit City is probably the closest you get to playing a hometown show. You're about 45 minutes from home.
From Pikeville, yeah.
But it's a hometown show for you guys.
Yes, that's what we consider it.
So there's a lot of bands that don't play this area, maybe that doesn't tour much anymore, only play festivals or larger events, or maybe that sell out, like Guns N' Roses or Metallica, that you just can't afford the astronomical price to a ticket.
Right.
Gerbo, we'll start with you. What is 5 bands that you've never seen that you want to see and why?
Well, the first one that comes to mind would have to be any project with Glenn Danzig. I mean, I know a lot of people say that, the sound, I wouldn't even care about the sound. I've been such a Danzig mark, I guess you'd say, since, God, when the first album came out with Mother, I loved it.
Early 90s when they remade it, wasn't it?
And that's one of the things
So
me and him
since
first
Misfits
about.
are playing some reunited shows now, if you had to pick one or the other, which one would it be?
I go Danzig.
I probably would too, honestly.
I'm more of a I mean, don't get me wrong, I like the Misfits.
Right, I agree, man.
But I like more of his sound with.
Well, I think
Solo
Danzig was
project.
more metal than punk.
Right.
I'm definitely more of a metal guy.
Yeah, we are
so
too.
I definitely agree with you on Danzig. So we'll say that's your first one. JD, we'll go to you. What's one of yours?
Let's see. Well, that's something actually that I haven't seen many concerts like Jerb has. I've only seen like Eddie Money at the Mac Kiss. I saw Kiss. Me and Jerb was there at the same time.
Yeah.
We were. I saw that was awesome. And a few bands like maybe at the Expo. Nothing major. So there's a lot.
Actually, Josh was at that Kiss show too.
He was, yeah. So I mean, I could say actually we was talking about Guns N' Roses a minute ago, and Metallica, but GNR is probably one of my favorite bands. And if not favorite band of all time, so definitely it'd have to be Guns N' Roses, man. But if you have the money thing, man, how can you afford to see them?
So since you're a drummer and you're Guns N' Roses fan, if you had to pick somebody to see behind the kit, who would it be?
I have to say Matt Sorum for me. Yes.
I'd like to see Adler, honestly.
Really?
I think since he's cleaned up, he kind of deserves a shot.
I would like to see what he would do with it now cleaned up. I would, but I was always, man, when I was growing up, just something about Matt Sorum, man. I don't know. That's what I would like to see.
So, Turbo, moving on to your second choice, what would you say number 2 would be?
Alkaline Trio.
Alkaline Trio.
We was talking about punk a minute ago. I actually like quite a bit of
I
punk.
know on several occasions you support an Alkaline Trio on stage.
Yep.
I know you're a big supporter.
Big fan. I've not even seen it. They used to come to Bogart's.
Yeah.
I've not even seen them come that close.
Yeah.
In, I'd say 5 years that I know of.
Yeah.
I'd love to see them. The songwriting, you'd look at them, a lot of people look at them, and they kind of got that pop punk feel.
Yeah.
Their lyrics are very,
Yeah, they're dark.
very dark.
What's the one line? Like a dog shitting razor blades.
Yeah.
It doesn't get much darker than that. Nope. And like the pop punk type stuff like that, even though they're the darker side lyrically, I think a lot of those bands are making a comeback and touring. Like Sum 41 just did a tour. Blink did a tour, even though their Tonga Lounge is no longer in the band.
I didn't know that actually.
But yeah. So moving on, who's another one of yours too?
I have to say, well, actually, he's already beat me to it, but it'd have to be Mr. Glenn Danzig. It would have to be.
So
Huge
you
fan.
pick Danzig too?
Yes, I have to agree with him on that. Absolutely, I've loved his group since. I mean, I remember Headbangers Ball. You guys remember?
Yeah.
Yes, man. Ever since that, I was turned on to them, and man, I've loved them ever since. Everything they've done.
And not only is Danzig great too, but he's got Johnny Kelly playing drums.
Absolutely, from Typo Negative, which
Negative.
will be coming up shortly.
Yeah.
Right.
So moving on to your next selection, Jerbo.
Corrosion of Conformity.
Who?
Corrosion of Conformity.
COC.
They're actually going to be in Huntington September 13th.
We almost got a chance to open that show.
Yep, almost.
Yeah.
And I've been a fan forever. I remember seeing the video to Clean My Wounds on MTV, and I thought they had a very Sabbath type sound.
Yeah, I think they do.
And a lot of people wrote them off after that album, which was Albatross. I thought they got better.
Do you like their stuff without Pepper as much as you do like with Pepper?
Only Pepper.
I like them
I have to
both,
agree with you on
but
that.
I don't know if you've ever heard some of Reed's vocals whenever he sings.
I've not heard
But,
them.
man, he's amazing. I mean, he could front the band.
Who was the singer on the Blind album?
Mike.
Mike.
Yeah.
The bass player?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I did not know that. I didn't know that was Mike Dean.
Yeah. And they actually have another band together, Mike and Reed, called Righteous Fool. And Mike sings in it as well. It's got a heavy corrosion of conformity feel to it. So.
I've been waiting. The last album they done was In the Arms of God, and I really wanted to go see that tour. But, God, that was in the Millennium days.
Yeah.
And I've wanted to see them since then.
Back
so.
today,
Yeah.
For those that don't know, it's around the early 2000s. So moving on, what's your third pick?
Third be get to the third one. Let's see. You're gonna kill me on this, BJ. I know I have to say Volbeat, man.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
I've witnessed Volbeat a few times. Honestly, I can say I'm not a big fan.
I'll be honest, I'm kind of new to them. I didn't really listen to them at all until like a few months ago. And when I did, dude, it was all on. I mean, I just discovered something awesome.
I do love that they have Rob Cagliano in the band.
Yeah,
from
that
Anthrax
is
now.
awesome.
I was kind of surprised that he left Anthrax for Volbeat, but
Me too, kind of. But
Volbeat does have a whole lot of headlining shows. So
Right.
They make a little bit more money.
that's
than
always like
Anthrax.
the evil Elvis thing, like dance that kind of vocals and stuff. That just grabs me. I
Yeah,
tell
A
you.
lot of people are big fans of his vocals. I just can't seem to get into it.
Yeah.
There's a lot of bands like that for me that I really want to like, but I just can't get
But
into
you
it.
can't
for some
manage
reason.
to, right? It happens, man. It
It's
does.
amazing with music like that. One little, like a lot of people don't understand, like a vocalist. You
Can't
gotta
ruin the rest of it, of course.
and
Yeah,
you got to be able to relate.
yeah, absolutely.
So what would you say is your, was this your third or fourth pick?
This is my fourth.
Fourth pick?
Be the Mighty Knot, Slipknot.
Slipknot.
Never got to see them. My 9-year-old daughter, when the Gray chapter come out last album they come out with, my daughter wanted to go, and I was like, I think that's a little bit
Yeah.
rough, baby. But I want to see Slipknot.
Man, they're amazing. It's so surprising to me how a band with that many members can all stay on time. I mean, you'll go see a three-piece.
Well, it's hard
or a
enough to,
four-piece.
yes.
It's hard to stay on time. And they got 9 members that stay on time.
Baseball team. Yeah.
I was lucky enough I got to see them with Joey Jordison. So that's one of my
Yes, that would be
best
awesome, it
memories.
would.
I've seen them a handful of times. I've actually just recently seen Stone Sour.
I like them a lot
And
too.
I like Stone Sour, but they don't lay a hand on Slipknot.
Good.
It's just the show is so much different.
Absolutely.
So energetic and violent. So
Yes.
yeah, I definitely see why you want to see them.
Yeah.
So JD, moved on to your number 4 pick.
Well, speaking of live shows, I would have to say, probably for that main reason, I would like to see Motley Crue. I've always been a huge Motley fan through their glory days all the way into when they're not cool anymore, all that kind of cool. But I would love to see Motley.
What do you think about 6 a.m.?
I dig 6 a.m. I do. I think that's a little new direction for Nikki to push, man. I do. It's more modern and stuff.
Yeah.
But to me, Motley Crue's probably one of my top 3, probably
I'd
favorites.
honestly like to see Tommy Lee bring back Methods of Mayhem.
I kind of would too. I kind of enjoyed what he was
Right
doing
now,
with
with this
that. I
big
did.
new metal movement
Yeah.
that's going on, new metal's coming back pretty
Yeah,
strong. I'd like to
yes.
see him bring it back.
I dug what he was doing. I did.
It was too rapid for us,
It was
man.
different. It was different. I like to see what he could do, expand
Yeah.
on that, a little
And
heavier.
I think McMar's supposed to be starting a new project too. So
Yes,
he
yes.
said that he wasn't going to quit music, but he's going to keep going.
He actually,
He's a beast, man.
He actually
Heck, yeah.
said that John Corabi was going to sing on his project.
That would be nasty, wouldn't it?
Yeah, which a lot of people didn't like that version of Motley Crue.
I did.
loved
Sound wise, I did. Yes.
It was the
Yes.
heaviest they
It
ever
was.
were.
Hooligans Holiday, and yeah.
Yeah, I agree that it's much heavier in that area.
Yes.
That'd be great to see too.
Yes.
And Mick shreds, man. I mean,
Their live
a
shows.
lot of people don't give him as much credit as he deserves.
No.
He's the quiet one in
He's
the band.
definitely
you know.
I think, the most talented person in the band.
Probably, and the most quiet. Yeah.
So last pick, Gerbo, who would you say is your
I'm
number
going to have
5?
to go with a split because
Sure.
I was going to say this a minute ago, and it was. There's no possibility of me seeing them, like you said, but it'd be Typo. This man got me into Typo hard and heavy back in the day,
Yeah.
but my other pick would be Motley Crue. Back in the 80s, a lot of people don't remember it came to a point where if you was a Motley Crue fan, you really wasn't big on GNR.
We got a lot of the same influence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was always on the Motley Crue side of that. But Typo, there's a couple chances that I could have went and seen them, and for some reason I didn't go, and that's one of my biggest regrets because Peter Steele was one of the most underrated
I agree.
bass players, frontmen,
And vocals, yeah.
and it was sad when he passed away.
Nobody giving any credit whatsoever.
None.
Man, that's pathetic. It is.
And I thought he made a pretty big mark on hard rock, especially in an era when metal was really pushed down.
He's the king of goth rock.
Yes.
Oh, of course, I agree.
Very,
Totally.
I like how he took that kind of Sabbath feel to a new.
So, what would you say your final pick is, JD?
Okay, it's so much like Gerbs, man. I tell you, I guess it's why we clicked all these years. I'd have to say also Typo being my favorite band probably, but I know that's, as Peters has passed, that's out of the ballpark now. So I'd have to go with somebody else he had just mentioned, which would be the Mighty Black Sabbath. I've never got to see live, and I don't think I need to say why I would like to see that live.
Yeah.
So-
No explanation
Yeah,
required.
yes.
One of the main reasons why I didn't go see their last tour is
Bill Ward
because
Bill,
because
yeah.
Bill
I'd like
wasn't
to see
with
Bill
them.
with him.
And
Yeah.
the only time I ever seen Black Sabbath, Bill Ward was with them. It was on Ozfest. He
Yes.
played like 4 dates on the tour. I was lucky enough to be at one of them, and I just wanted my last experience with Black
Absolutely.
Sabbath.
I don't
Sabbath,
blame you. To be the
with the
Sabbath.
original lineup.
Absolutely, I
I
agree.
saw him in '99, and the Deftones opened, which I'm not a big fan. But Pantera come out. This was before Reinventing the Steel had even come out, and it was the original foursome. You know, a lot of people when they listen to music, they think like, okay, well, the bass player's gone, so what? Like Van Halen. I'm sorry, but Michael Anthony was a huge part of Van Halen.
Yes, he was.
And even like with the Kiss situation, I call them the Scabs, Tommy Thayer and Eric Singer. Even though they're great musicians, that stuff's sacred.
Right, absolutely.
You know, and
Absolutely.
you take bands like that. You know, I mean, yeah, they can reproduce it, but if you take the original group together, there's just something special.
Chemistry
Like
there.
the Beatles without Ringo type of deal.
Yeah.
Right.
Guys, great choices. Some of those are also on my list.
Yeah.
Move on now. We'll listen to Josh and Sean's choices and see if they live up to yours.
Should be close.
All right, guys, we've already talked to Gerbo and JD. We got their choices on their bucket list. So now we're going to see if your choices match up to theirs or if
I'm sure they don't.
whose taste is much better. So, Krem, we'll start with you.
Okay.
What's one band you've never seen that you want to see in live?
You know, man, you know me. I go back a long way with you. I go to a lot of concerts. So there's not a whole lot that I've always cared to see that I'm not in the heavy metal rock genre. So I have to kind of go outside the box a little. If I could go see one band that I've never seen, it's probably the Wallflowers.
That's good
Yeah,
choice.
love them.
Rock
Strange,
I'm sure a great mosh pit is rock
Oh,
solid.
man. You would not believe the circle pit that goes on at a Wallflower show.
It's one headlight, man, they're going crazy. All right, Sean, what's one of yours?
I have a. This is a band I won't be able to see, but it's Pantera, and I have a story.
Okay.
I never got to see them live. My mother got to see Pantera live at an Ozfest in Texas when she first moved to
do you
Dallas.
get to live vicariously through her?
Not really. I mean, I don't think she even had a clue what was going on, but she saw Pantera and I haven't. So, yeah.
So you're jealous.
So,
Krem, number two for you?
Number two for me would be Rancid. Not a massive punk fan. I like punk, but and Out Come the Wolves album, that was one of the greatest albums ever written, in my opinion, and I would love to see
That
Rancid
choice
sometime.
surprises me with your taste in classic rock.
Yeah, love Rancid.
So, Sean, next up for you,
the Eagles.
the Eagles.
Fucking like the Eagles. I love Don Henley. I love the harmonies. I've never seen them live.
Would you go right now with Vince Gill singing in place
No,
of Glenn Frey?
it's not the same.
Yeah, it just doesn't rest high on
It's
my
odd,
It
isn't
does not rest high on that mountain for me. No.
I would go if the ticket prices were cheaper, but I don't want to pay Eagles prices and
To see
and,
Vince
yeah,
Gill.
yeah, and Glenn Frey's
I can
not
see it
there.
working. I can see Vince Gill working.
Well,
in
they were
there,
like
but-
best friends, I think.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, they were big buds, so I think that's part of him taking the job.
So, what was number three for you, Krem?
Number three for me would be, again, outside the box. I'm not trying to be different. It's just I've seen all the metal bands that I love, but it's probably Lenny Kravitz.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I like to see Lenny Kravitz sometimes.
He's a hell of a guitar player.
He's a hell of everything.
Underrated.
He's just a great
I
musician.
can see you out in the
Underrated.
crowd sing along
Yeah.
to American Woman.
American Woman. Yep, all day, man. Can't
next-
keep you off my mind.
Sean, next
I've never
up for
seen
you.
Megadeth. I'd like to see
Oh,
Megadeth
yeah.
live.
I
Yeah.
just seen Megadeth
I
in
would
Chicago.
love to see
Amazing show.
I've seen them
Love
once.
to see, and I wouldn't care what iteration either because I think every band that Dave has taken on tour has been great. I don't,
Man,
Agreed.
I love Mustaine. I also love Dave Ellis.
Oh yeah.
Man,
Oh yeah.
very impressive bass player, great guy. EMP's a magnificent label that he's put together. And he makes some great coffee too. If you haven't had Ellison coffee,
I've seen the coffee shop, but
My
I've
wife's
never
after Death Wish coffee. Have you heard of this? I don't know. I
Hey,
haven't heard
going
of
back to the Eagles, I have eaten at the Sunset Grill.
Oh, yeah.
on Sunset Strip.
I've once ate at a Kiss Cafe.
That's pretty cool. I did too, actually.
You guys
Myrtle
are-
Beach.
Yeah.
You guys are much more well traveled than me. Much more well traveled than me.
Prices were a little high. Thanks, Gene. All right, what's your
My next band, actually, this goes to metal finally. I've never seen Stone Sour. So I look forward to seeing Stone
Singing
Sour at Louder Than
July.
Life.
Have you thoughts on the Hypograph or whatever?
I liked it. I liked it. I'm not sure if it was as good as the House of Golden Bones was.
Yeah. I don't think so.
But I do like it.
I think they mellowed out a little bit.
I think so.
I think Jim Root was a big part of that band.
I don't think that. Just to chime in, I don't think there's a gem on there. I don't think there's a single that's like huge, massively wow on that album. House of Golden Bones had 3 or 4 between the 2 albums.
I do like it that in the newest single that he put out, he makes fun of the Kardashians.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so
Fabulous.
I kind of do cherish that.
Yeah, yeah.
But nobody will be Gary Holt and wear a shirt that says "Kill the Kardashians"
And
on stage.
another thing, have you guys seen the? It just hit. I think it hit YouTube yesterday. The banjo cover of Psychosocial,
I have seen that.
and Corey
I've
Taylor
not
makes a
seen
little
that.
cameo at the end of it.
I've not seen
It's
it.
pretty
That's
funny.
pretty cool.
Pretty good.
So what's your next one?
Oh, I've got to think now.
I had time to think about this before I done it. It's like, I
Right, I
can whip
haven't
them
heard
right
that.
out. Have you
I
ever
don't know.
seen
I'm gonna refer to him. I'll give you another one in a second.
We'll go to Crown's last
my
one.
last one? I know these are supposed to be technically kind of current, even though none of Sean's are. But I'm a massive Randy Rhoads freak, and he died when I was 2. So I'll always have that void if I never up to see Randy Rhoads. So that one's my 5th one and final one.
You know, he said Stone
And I'm
Sour
so
earlier.
jealous of people that when they tell me stories.
He saw. he mentioned Stone Sour. I've never seen Slipknot live, so I mean,
That would definitely be
you know,
a lister. 'cause
has
they're
to be
awesome.
has to be on the
That was
list.
also one of Gerbo's choices.
Has to be on the list.
Yeah.
Has to be. And then I guess my last one would be. I'm trying to think of some singer that I just can't even fathom not seeing live. But I don't know. I mean, I've seen a lot of bands. I don't know.
He's done.
I'm done.
He's
I
washed
guess
up.
I guess I give you 4 instead
He's
of
6
5.
gigs in. He's already washed up.
Is it 6? Is that the number?
I think so. Maybe 7, 6.
So Downtrend just played a great show here at Summit City in Whitesburg. Sean definitely put on a great performance again. Still the new guy in the band. He's slowly becoming the older guy.
He's settling in.
And
Yeah.
he is the only one with gray hair.
Damn it!
Oh, thank you, BJ.
Damn
I
it.
got a little.
Damn it!
Thank you for not noticing. You haven't seen my chest.
And I hope I don't.
No.
But
Why would anybody want to see that?
these guys do have something coming up. I can't really speak about it right now, but look for it in the future. We'll definitely have details on it as it comes. They'll be booking more shows. Make sure to check them out at downtrendmetal.com.
That's
Is that
correct.
right?
Yes,
All
sir.
right. Thanks, guys.